Hello guys and welcome back. So here it is, the long awaited KFC Rush. So the Koreans fast castle using chicken. So hence the KFC. I thought it would be quite a little fun little name for this rush. However, a lot of other creators have also had a similar idea for this rush. I know Sito's got a version of this on his channel. But this is the Morley KFC version. So we're going to start off 6 villagers on sheep, and then we're going to go 1 on the boar. Give us 7 on food to start off with. So I think with Sito's version, I think he gets to the castle age at 14 minutes and 25. He goes for a barracks and siege workshop straight away to get the rocket carts out. This particular version I'm going straight into 2 barracks and add a siege workshop later on. But you might find it's probably better to, well, I don't know, I've not really tested it, but you might find it's better rather than going double fire lancers, going for the single fire lancer and going for the rocket carts as well, like Sito does. But we'll see. I suppose we'll do a bit of testing on that and see what happens. But in this one, I'm going for a double fire lancers with the rocket carts being added a little bit later. So now we've got the 7 on the board. We're going to go 4 onto wood. Kind of standard build really. But I tell you what, I'm so angry and fed up with bloody chicken. If I have to keep doing the amount of testing and messing about that I've had to do with this particular build order, hence the massive delay to it coming out, it's going to make my job extremely difficult. Let me just put it that way. It's really, really frustrating, these chicken. Okay, now we've got 4 on wood. Sending an existing villager to lure the next boar, and we're going to send 3 villagers over to berries. Nice and early we're going over to those berries. Yeah, so with this one, it's took me, I think it's been about nearly 2 weeks now, or 10 days I've been working on this. Maybe not that much, maybe a week, but either way, it's all I've been doing. I've not been playing any ranked. I've just been trying to work on this bloody chicken build order, and it's just given me such a headache. I was trying to get it to have a 13-minute 35-second uptime to the castle age. It was a bit hit and miss as to whether it worked, because the way I'm trying to do it, I'm trying to do it on a map that's got the least amount of resources possible. So 6 chickens. So you chickens, you either get 6 to 8. So I'm always trying to do it on 6. But if you have 7, we would have been fine with the 1335. But yeah. Anyway, as you've just seen, as I've sent 3 onto berries, I've sent 4 from the sheep over to the chicken. We're going to collect 2 chicken before we make the mill. And we've just added 2 more villagers onto the boar. So we've got 5 on boar, 3 on berries, 4 on chicken, 4 on wood. And then we're going to finish off here with this next bit with another 2 onto the berries. We're just making a second house there as well at the wood line, but we're just sending 2 more villagers over to berries. There we go. I think I skipped an extra page there. And now we've got 5 on berries. We're going to send 2 over to gold. As you can see here with the chicken, just be careful with them so they don't just start going back to your TC. You've got to keep your eye on them. Micromanage them a little bit. Make sure you take 2 chickens, and then you can build the mill, and it'll drop off all the food for you. And at that point, you can just kind of shift queue to all the other chicken. We're sending 2 onto gold. Then we'll go 2 more onto wood, and then we'll click up. No, we won't. We'll get loom, and then we'll click up. I think if you don't get loom, well, it's obviously a bit risky because of the new sort of meta for man-at-arms and stuff. If we weren't having man-at-arms or drushers, then skip loom. I think if you skip loom, rather than going 2 onto wood, you probably need to go 1 onto sheep and 1 onto wood, just so you can collect a little bit of extra food, with obviously being up 25 seconds sooner. Would make things a little bit more complicated, but yeah, you can do this for a 1335 if you do 1 on food, 1 on wood, rather than 2 on wood there at the end. But as we've clicked up to the feudal age, now loom's come in. We've just added a farm We're basically just going to keep on collecting these sheep. Once your chicken are done, just send them over to sheep, because we want to get all of those sheep, or turkeys as they are here, fully eaten and collected in time for being able to click up to the castle age. So when I did this, I've been doing this for so many different timings for the chicken, and this is probably the best I've come up with. It's normally about this sort of time, sort of 9:15 to 9:30. This will be when you've got your man at arms attacking you. So by this point, if you're lucky, you'll be able to clear up the chicken without having too many issues from the man at arms. Or at least 6 of them anyway. And then if they have pushed you off there a little bit earlier, and you've got maybe half a chicken left to do, it's only 30 food, so you can probably just gather that elsewhere with a bit of luck. It might give you a slight delay, potentially, or you could just stick them on. No, you should be fine actually. Should be fine. I was going to say maybe you could stick them on berries, but you should be fine. So now we're in the castle age. We're going to make market and blacksmith, and we're going to send 2 villagers onto food. Like I say, we want to just make sure we're covering or clearing up all that food as quickly as we can. So yeah, I don't think we'll quite finish off the second sheep. So yeah, if you did get pushed off from the chicken with half a chicken left to collect, you'd be able to just make up what's lost with that turkey. So that shouldn't be a problem. So it should work against men at arms this. So as you can see, we've clicked up straight away. Probably had to drop some food off, but we should have sent 4 villagers over from the sheep to the gold. I do realise in a minute, and send a 4th one over. But get that defensive tower built on your gold, and if you're lucky enough to have a wood line next to it, even better. Even better. And that just makes sure that you're fully protected around there from any feudal age aggression. But that's essentially all we need to do at the moment. We're just going to keep collecting wood, and then when you can, we'll drop a barracks. You could potentially have gotten double bit axe. So as soon as you get 100 food, get double bit axe. I've not done in this case, just because not sure how short it leaves you with food a little bit later on. But I mean, we've got 217 in the bank at the minute, so you probably could have afforded to get double bit axe there as well. But as you can see, we dropped down the second barracks. We want to get this second barracks up as quickly as we can. We should be able to get it up there in time for the castle age, and also get another house down. I've not put that on the actual build order, but you'll obviously want to get a house at this point. And the AI is just about to come in with some scouts, so I don't know what rush they were doing, but they're late bringing those scouts in. They'd normally be in your base for quite a while by now. But the good thing is, if you are being harassed by scouts, you can just pop a spearman out if you needed to. So now we're in the castle age. We're just going to send a few more villagers over to gold. It looks as though I've actually sent some of those builders over to gold, but basically we need to get up to 6 food, 9 wood, 10 gold, and that will maintain production from both barracks. As you can see, that's what we're doing. Do keep making houses, don't forget, because obviously with double production, your housing space is going to disappear very, very quickly, and it always catches me out, so I keep having to quickly rush them up. So yeah, 9 on wood, 10 on gold. Got 10 on gold there. We've actually got 11 on wood, which is probably fine, because we're going to want to build siege workshop soon enough. Don't know why I'm not sending the fire lancers to help out here. We've not really needed to, have they, to be fair? Although it probably would have stopped me from getting housed. And I probably could have collected the gold a bit better, because there is going to be a little bit of a pause in production now because of that. But scouts are dealt with, so I'm going to send those fire lancers forward. We'll probably send a villager forward as well at this point. Now we're kind of recovering. So the good thing with this is you can see how it's working with a little bit of pressure as well. Might want to start adding some more farms soon. But yeah, I could have sent a villager forward by now to start. Oh, there we go. Villager's on its way. It's still a little bit late, but again, with that aggression, probably just slow me down a little bit. Keep getting housed. And at this point, like I say, we're going to get up to six farms, so we'll just keep doing that now. And at this point, we're going in on the attack. Now, archers are probably the main counter to the fire lancers, but with the fire lancers, they've got that little, it's almost like a shotgun effect like that, which, you know, on mass, if you've got a nice little mass of them like that, they'll really damage the mass of archers, because I think they've got the same range. Yeah, 4 range. So I mean, archers will have 5 with fletching, but generally you should be able to get a few shots in and bring down their army a little bit. Obviously, if you've gone for the siege workshop earlier with the barracks, you'll have rocket carts, and rocket carts will just obliterate them anyway. They're much easier to use than mangonels. Don't know why, they just are. I think it's because the rockets seem to come out in a staggered burst rather than just one big clump, one big shot. So you can kind of, I don't know, they just hit more often, which is good. But yeah, we're going to get rocket carts coming out now. It's a little bit late for this siege workshop in this particular demonstration, but yeah, maybe you want to go for the single barracks with just a couple of rocket carts, and then add the next barracks a little bit later. Maybe that's probably the way forward. So do try doing it with that as well. But yeah, you see how that little massive troops just got obliterated. I do like these rocket carts. They're fragile. They die quite easily, but they're just so much fun. Such a fun little unit. And the fire lancers as well. They're great fun. But we'll leave it there really for the build. That's essentially it. Once you've got upstairs magic numbers, just add villages wherever you want. Keep growing your economy, and that's it. So cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Ciao for now.